Hi, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I am about to show you 6 ways to create a family budget that actually works. Creating a family budget isn't always easy. How do you balance the needs of your household with your personal financial situation? How do you make sure that everyone is on the same page? These are just some of the challenges that many families face when it comes to creating a family budget. Even though it may seem like an intimidating task, creating a family budget doesn't have to be difficult. Whether you're married or live with roommates, these tips can help you get started with building your own personal budget as part of a larger family one. So stay tuned and watch for the rest of the video to learn more on how creating a family budget as I am about to tell you. Number 1. Decide on your budgeting method. There are a number of different ways to create a budget. The first thing to decide is which method you're going to use. First, cash method. This method is the simplest way as you'll need to look at your monthly income and subtract your expenses. Any money left over is available for savings and debt repayment. The problem with this method is that it doesn't take into account your savings goals. It only deals with your current spending and immediate obligations. This method is best for people with a low income who don't have many bills to pay. Second, debt repay method. This method is similar to the cash method. You'll add up your monthly expenses, but this time you'll also include your debts and savings. This method allows you to focus on getting rid of debt and saving for the future. You'll make sure that you have enough money to cover your monthly expenses and put the rest towards the things that are important to you. Number 2. Come to an agreement. Once you've decided on a budgeting method, it's time to sit down with the rest of your family and come to an agreement on the budget. This is where things can get a little tricky. Once everyone has their own ideas in mind, it can be difficult to get everyone on the same page. No matter how difficult it can be, coming to an agreement on a family budget is a must. You'll need to know how much money each person has to spend each month. Besides, this will also be helpful when you're calculating your taxes. The best way to come to an agreement with your family is to meet face to face and discuss what each person's needs are. Once you know what needs different people have, you can create a family budget that works for everyone. Number 3. Know what's coming up. A great way to start creating your family budget is to know what's coming up. This will help you predict how much money you'll need each month so you can plan accordingly. Some things to consider: car insurance. This is one of the first things most people think about when creating a budget because it's so important. If you've just gotten a new car or have had to replace an old one, your car insurance will likely be higher. Your insurance company will likely review your policy every 6 months and might increase your rate if they consider you a high-risk driver. Health and wellness: if you have any health or wellness-related expenses coming up, you'll want to include them in your budget. This includes monthly subscriptions to services like vitamins or insurance plans for yourself and your family members. It's also a good idea to include any trips to the doctor's office that you know are coming up. Number 4. Decide on a dollar amount for each person in the household. The next thing you'll want to do is decide how much money each person in your household will contribute to the family budget each month. You'll want to consider a few things before coming up with dollar amounts for each person. The first one is age. Younger people tend to cost less in terms of housing and insurance. However, they may have other expenses that you'll need to take into account, like gas or a car payment. Second is employment. If you have a spouse who works, you may have an extra amount to work with each month. This is because you'll likely have less expenses with 2 adults working instead of just one. Third one is other expenses. No matter how old your kids are and how many hours they work, you may need to account for things like school tuition or extracurricular activities. These things add up and may eat into your budget. Number 5. Create categories and a monthly calendar. After you know how much money each person in a household needs each month, it's time to create categories for expenses. This will help you to build your budget and easily track where your money is going at the end of each month. Categories for your family budget can range from housing to groceries and everything in between. You can create as many categories as you need and even subcategories if you want to be more detailed. Once you've created all of your categories, you can move on to making a monthly calendar. This calendar will map out where each of your expenses fall during the month. This will make it easy to see where your money is going at the end of the month. You'll be able to see if you have money left over to save or if you need to make adjustments to your budget. Number 6. Track everything you spend and get the final numbers at the end of the month. Now that you've built your budget and made room for your expenses, it's time to track everything you spend. You can use a notebook or app to track your expenses. You'll want to include the date, the amount, and a brief description of where the money went. At the end of each month, you'll be able to see where your money went. This is important for a few reasons. It will help you to make adjustments to your budget if you overspend in certain categories. It will also help you to see where you can cut back in order to save more money. It's important to keep track of your expenses so that you can improve on your family budget each month. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please consider to hit that like button, put some thoughts in the comments section, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you on my next video.